we're going to shut down the National Flood Insurance Program?
Louisiana Senator John Kennedy is upset.
What planet did we just parachute in from?
Upset because Senator Rand Paul wants to limit government flood insurance. He says it
shouldn't be for rich people and shouldn't be for their vacation home or their beach homes.
It shouldn't be. It's reckless that government insures beach houses. As I reported years ago, it encourages idiots like me to do foolish things like building this beach house. That's younger me there. My house was on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. A risky place to build, but I built anyway because this federal program guaranteed my investment. Eventually, a storm swept away my first floor. But I didn't lose a penny. Thanks. I never invited you there, but you paid for my new first floor. Then the whole house went. Government insurance covered my loss and many others. I was grateful, but it's wrong that you paid for my risk-taking. And it's good that finally one senator wants to limit the handout.
Some guy's got a $5 million mansion on the coast of Florida, should not get his insurance through the government. I was motivated by this guy, John Stossel, talking about his beach house 30 years ago.
Why not kill the program altogether?
That thought has crossed my mind, but being a moderate, I just figured I'd try to compromise and offer an amendment that would require the flood program to cover only primary residences.
But even that little reform is too much for Senator Kennedy.
I thought Republicans weren't supposed to penalize success in America. If you earn enough to buy a second home, we shouldn't discourage that.
No, we shouldn't discourage anyone from building, but we shouldn't subsidize it again and again with taxpayer money.
One home in Virginia, they've rebuilt a house 41 times.
Taxpayers paid 41 times to rebuild the same house. There's no limit on how many times your government will give away your money.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Federal flood insurance is like buying drunk drivers new cars. So why does it even exist? Because politically connected waterfront homeowners complain private insurance costs too much or isn't available. FEMA even pushed for the handouts, arguing
there weren't many affordable options for private flood insurance, especially for people living in high-risk areas.
But that's the point. One of the most useful functions of insurance is to warn people away from risky places. But instead of heeding that warning, our politicians said, don't worry, if private companies won't insure you, we will.
Protect your home with flood insurance.
Of course, the politicians claimed they'd price the insurance properly so they won't lose taxpayer money. But
like most things in government, they continue to lose money.
So far, they've lost more than $30 billion of your money.
And continue to issue the loans.
And they should, says Senator Kennedy.
The first role of government is to protect people and property. I thought this is what Republicans believe. I thought this is what libertarians believe.
No. Libertarians believe government should protect our right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It's not government's job to protect people from risks they choose.
You're actually doing the opposite of what you would think government would want to do. You're actually promoting bad behavior.
Kennedy must know this.
Yeah, I think like most programs, people want to look aside and away from the benefits to the wealthy and say, oh, this is for poor people in trailers in Louisiana.
These are homes of working people.
But in reality, it really is about rich people's beach houses.
The government shouldn't be giving me money. I'm not proud that I took it, but when government's foolish enough to offer me a handout, I would have felt stupid not taking it. Senator Paul's right. Let's get rid of federal flood insurance and all subsidies that encourage people like me to build in risky places.